Welcome to Reflection Tuesday. Matthew 26, 1 through 35 warns against putting too much trust in our own beliefs and strength. I'm instinctively skeptical of boasts about commitment to the Lord. Elijah, the Old Testament prophet, made such a claim. He thought he was the only faithful one left in Israel. And he makes this claim despite having run for his life after Jezebel's threats. Must have been startling to learn that more than 7,000 of Israel had never bowed down to Baal. If you want to be faithful, focus on the Lord, for he is the only faithful one. Jesus is so far ahead of his disciples that they spend much of their time trying to catch up to his example and teachings. In Matthew 26, verse 31, Jesus informs them that before the night is over, each single one of them will fall away, lose faith, stumble, desert, turn against Jesus, or be offended by him, depending on your English translation. Peter, speaking for himself and the others, roundly disputes this prediction. 8 hours later, however, the only rock of the kingdom is Jesus. Back in Matthew 8:25, the disciples and Jesus were in a boat crossing Lake Galilee when a storm began to swamp the vessel. When bailing failed, the disciples woke Jesus up and asked for rescue. Now, he scolded them for being cowards and possessing little faith. If the disciples stay with Jesus, they are safe. In Matthew 26, their problem is that Jesus, their Savior, is being snatched away. Instead of coming toward or running towards Jesus, they run from him. The text that Jesus quotes there for the disciples to scatter comes from Zechariah chapter 13, which talks about Yahweh's judgment of his people. When the leader is struck down, everybody runs for their lives. Now, later in that chapter, the Lord gathers up his people and leads them. Now, Jesus follows that and he makes a promise to gather his disciples. There in Matthew 26:32, he says after he's raised, he will meet with his disciples in Galilee. Now, I can guarantee you the disciples are so annoyed by the prediction of their unfaithfulness that what Jesus said about the promise to gather afterwards just did not register with them until days later. In Romans, the Apostle Paul cites several Old Testament passages to bolster his claim that humanity, every single one of them, has sinned and is under God's judgment. Here's what he says: "As it is written, not even one person is righteous, no one understands, no one searches for God. All have turned away, they have become completely worthless. No one shows kindness, not even one person." And then he drops down to say, every mouth may be silenced and the whole world held accountable to God. That's Romans 3, 10 through 12, and then verse 19. The kingdom's foundation is Jesus and the faithfulness of God. There is no preacher, no disciple, no theology, no branch of the Christian faith which has not at times deserted Jesus. The church may not be any more faithful than Israel was to God in the Old Testament. So put your trust in Jesus. Do not even trust yourself, or you, like Peter, will discover you've disowned him more times than you can imagine. Only Yahweh and Jesus are faithful and worthy of trust. Until next time, God bless.